Warning, the voices heard in this video are made synthetically using artificial intelligence. Nothing in this video reflects anything actually stated by the real-life individuals involved. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and serious political content will be avoided for that purpose. Enjoy!
By the tits of my ancestors.
Our detailed descent into the darkspawn deep departs now. How we doing today, boys?
Good, Bars, and I'm doing good. I got a crisp 22 hours of sleep in preparation for this episode.
It's good that you're staying awake for once, Joe. You'll get some good gameplay notes.
Don't worry, Donald. I am sure I'll learn what not to do. I'll keep an eye out.
I'm big chilling today, boys. I got my drink, and I got my notes. Let's get right into it. What's the game plan today, Donald?
All right, boys, so once Ogren's excellent tour guide session is over, we are going to have a lot of ground to cover. I'm going to breeze through this. Thaig quickly then get through the Dead Trenches, which is the largest dungeon in this game. It's going to be the most combat-heavy episode we have had in a while, so buckle up, boys.
Sounds like it should be a good one, Donald. Plenty of hard fights, can't wait to see how you cover it.
Damn, we are all really chipper today. Did I share my pills with you two when you weren't looking or something?
Well, these next two dungeons have some of the deepest lore in the series, with the side quests and codex entries, so I know that's what's tickling Barack's pickle. As for me, I'm excited to surpass him in bosses killed and show off my game knowledge again in a major combat-heavy episode. So let's get into it.
You know, I remember something clearly about this dungeon.
Wow, that's surprising.
I remember being confused and scared.
Never mind, that makes perfect sense.
Shut it, Double D. I can't remember why I felt scared, and it's giving me a tight feeling between my cheeks. And... What should we, sir? What is, sir? Spiders, get me the fuck out of here.
Oh, right, the arachnophobia, Joe. I almost forgot.
Oh, nut up and change your adult diaper. Joe, these spider boys are actually helping us here by killing the spawn. Also, wait a minute, didn't you kill some spiders in the car to hide out?
Oh, did I? I think I was so engrossed in talking about the lore in the hideout I fell into a trance-like state.
He's just like me for real. That's my vice president right there.
Babe, wake up, New Democrat, lore just dropped. Anyways, Joe, imagine being afraid of some crawly boys that are less than a tenth your size.
First off, those spiders are bigger than our warden right now. And secondly, it's one of the 10 most common fears in people hell. Even the Inquisitor has it.
The dude kills dragons like they are wounded deer, Joe. And you can't even defeat a gnap. It is absolutely not the same. Damn, I really wish you were playing this section. You'd be cooked right now.
I have several ways to relieve tension, if you know what I mean. Plus Barry's lore knowledge could put me to sleep just fine, so I could handle it. But my cheeks would be clenched like they held Hillary's email, so I appreciate you taking one for the team.
I feel kind of robbed, but I'm in such a good mood, increasing my kill count today that I don't really care. Also, Joe, I think you mentioned a few episodes ago something about me not killing an ogre. Well, guess the bar has to be raised because look at me now.
Damn, we really are doing a lot of callbacks early on today, boys.
Yeah, good job, Donald. You took care of one ogre, and it only took our episodes reaching the double digits.
Oh, I'm almost hurt by that one, Joseph. But don't worry, you just wait for Dragon Age 2. I got some real fun ideas in store for some get back.
I felt a very malevolent wave flow through the room when you said that, Donald.
You're not wrong, Joe, but anyway, given how eagerly these little guys web us, something tells me we are going to have some long fights on our hands soon.
They can delay all they want and send as many dozen spiders as they want. This is all ending the same for them.
It's not even the numbers bugging me. It's the chalkboard like screech in my ear when they spawn in that gets me.
I'm not a pussy, but even I have to admit that shit is not okay.
Isn't Ortan Thaig, where a lot of the Dragon Age books take place, too, Barry?
You are correct, Joe. Ortan Thaig seems to be a very central Thaig in the Deep Roads by Ferelden standards. So it is mentioned in Dragon Age Stolen Throne, which details the Ferelden rebellion from the perspective of Loghain and Merrick. Loghain uses the Ortan Thaig to reach Gwarin before the Orlesian army gets there, and the place is still crawling with spiders, which is no surprise. The Thaig is also featured in the Calling a Story about Merrick, Duncan, and the Architect, where they travel to the Thaig to find the old commander of the Grey Bragan. There is no evidence of these adventures in the dungeon in game, but it's still a cool reference that ties these areas to the broader history of Dragon Age.
Man Guider must have really loved this dungeon, to have it featured in multiple books.
Well, here we have some bardic dwarfs up ahead. Get ready.
They call that loud-ass screaming up ahead music. What the hell is wrong with these ghosts?
The sound design in this map specifically needs a major overhaul, because goddamn is this not pleasant. Also, yelling in the air sounds like a perfectly average Dwarven tune.
Oh shit, we are actually seeing golems that aren't shale for once. Even if the sounds are annoying, the enemy variety is nice.
Wait, if there are golems here, I wonder if this is close to where Wilhelm found shale. There's a lot of untouched golems here, and it was Caridin's home.
Not a bad theory, Joe. Based on dialogue shale can give us, it's very likely she was discovered by Wilhelm close to the cross or Ortan Thaig, which makes sense, since like you said, it was his home, and he likely wanted it defended. It is also backed up by the fact you need to bring shale to Caridin's cross to trigger her side quest if Caridin dies before she can meet him. She will mention passing through the cross before.
Bro probably thought he lucked out like crazy finding an intact golem and control rod while just wandering in the deep roads.
You're not kidding, Joe, and it all worked out since now she is on the squad. And even was a major player in killing an elven god.
Damn, these spiders are territorial as hell. They are even setting traps in the chests.
Maybe these guys are better than I thought. They know how to protect their assets.
They're goddamn spiders, Donald.
Yes, and even the spiders have a better grind than you do.
Well, after you kill the hustler spiders, please grab the Ortan records over in that alcove. It finishes a very easy quest that should have major ramifications for Orzamar's future.
Should we check on the random screaming dude first?
Please don't be distracted by the lunatic. Grab the records first. We will talk to the crazy dwarf in a minute.
All right, twist my nipples, why don't you?
So, as I was saying, doing this quest allows us to revive House Ortan by proving that their last remaining member, Orta, is a noble. This will shake up the economy by allowing Orta to call in debts from several noble houses, which will lead her to pursue an expedition to reclaim Ortan Thaig, which means the money will be going towards pushing back the darkspawn line, which is what Orzammar needs. Also, Orta will support any king choice if we ask her to, which you can head, can and create some much-needed stability in Orzammar post-coronation.
That's nice, but let's go detain the spider lover here.
This dude loves spiders?
He might as well, the way he keeps yapping about them.
I think you'll find he loves darkspawn more than spiders. He's been infected by the taint.
So he's allies with our top two enemies right now. My urge to kill is rising. Why would you even eat darkspawn when there is perfectly good nugs and deep stalkers?
Well, I don't see any deep stalkers here, and he's probably trapped in this Thaig, so I think his only option is to eat the darkspawn that the spiders don't eat.
If there were nugs here, the spiders have first dibs. Same if there were any deep stalkers. The spiders are definitely the apex predators in Ortan Thaig. Even the darkspawn are getting clapped up here by them.
I would say to eat the spiders instead, but they're so damn poisonous you'd have a better chance surviving a Four Loko. Also, see, I told you he was allied with the spiders. He summoned them here.
Well, thankfully, you have a Morrigan that can cast one spell to end the fight. Good to see you're using entropy, Donald. It's really broken if there's more than 3 enemies on the field, since it turns the enemies against each other or puts them all to sleep.
Yeah, I just have to remember to not channel my inner 10-year-old playing Pokemon. And remember that status effects are actually overpowered and not just spam damage. All right, you crazy bitch, as soon as I grab this sword piece, I'm gonna have you biting the curb.
Hold on, Donald, before you kill him, you should check out his shop. Not only does he have a lot of alchemy supplies, but he also has one of the 2 guaranteed cold iron runes, which given the second half of the game is like 70% undead, is going to be crazy useful, paired with the goated blade that is Topsider's honor, that we will grab this episode or next.
He also has a Liliana gift!
Eat a dick, Joe, but goddammit, fine, you nerds. If you need the crutch, you'll grab it. We should probably unload our inventory first anyway, since we're at the halfway point.
So Ruck is usually someone who people kill, right? I usually just sell my shit, buy out his stock, then kill him. The dude is half darkspawn already.
Actually, I think a lot of people pity him enough that they leave him be. A lot of people view him as harmless and think killing him is straight up murder and making a choice you don't deserve to make, which is valid. But let me make my case for Donald's inevitable choice here. First off, Ruck reveals he got into a fight and killed someone before he was even tainted. This may have been an accident, but by any civilized law, that is still not good. Secondly, he can attack us for simply believing we might steal from him based on what we say. Even if we don't steal from him, saying the wrong thing can trigger him to attack. Third, he is infected with the taint and is in the process of becoming a ghoul. He already hears the archdemon, and leaving him as he is will cause a slow death by the taint, as well as likely leave him as a ghoul that will serve the darkspawn eventually, which means leaving him poses the risk that some other person will be ganked by a ghoul in the future. And he is already a bit crazy and violent, so let's just try to give him some mercy here.
Damn, Barack, that was one of your biggest lore yaps yet, and it was from a random NPC of all things.
Dragon Age lore runs deep. What can I say, Donald? I've been set on this since I watched our editor's video on this a few years ago.
And there's the shameless plug again. Viewers, this isn't our comment question, but let us know your decision on Ruck in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested to see if Obama is cooking again or not.
He called his children and they all went. I wanted to go too and gaze upon his beauty.
While we are posing interesting questions, do you guys think a tainted person that is mid-ghoul could technically kill the archdemon same as a Grey Warden? I mean, the only difference is the taint is more mastered on a warden, right? If we gave this dude a dagger and made him last hit the archdemon, would he end the blight?
It's an interesting question, one that doesn't have a definitive answer either. We know the Grey Warden blood is altered by blood magic, but it's unclear if that alteration is what allows them to kill archdemons too. Assuming it's not, it is possible Ruck could, but there are a few factors. For one, most people succumb to the taint almost instantly, either dying or becoming a ghoul instantly. The only two examples of blight-tainted individuals that still have some of their mind is Ruck and another dwarf we will meet in a few, so maybe dwarves are affected more slowly due to their natural magic resistance, because the blight is magical too. But to answer your question, if a dwarf had crazy strong will and was ghoulified, I'd say it's possible they could kill our archdemon. However, the only dwarf that isn't a warden that could fit the bill, in my opinion, is the Inquisitor, so it's mostly a moot point.
So it's possible, but crazy unlikely, since most ghouls couldn't resist the archdemon's control.
Pretty much the answer, Joe, but Obama is a yapologist.
Well, I mean, you were the two that asked the question, but I guess being dicks about a question you asked is an option too.
Don't be so passive-aggressive, Barack.
Well, whatever we bought his cold iron rune, the gift, and sold our trash to him. So all that's left is to talk about his mother and make our choice. The amount of dialogue this dude has is impressive. It warranted the rant. I went on there.
I know this dude will flirt with you if you're a female Grey Warden and pass the persuasion check. He will call you pretty lady in every conversation, which is beyond creepy, but it's one of the few times your gender changes the dialogue some.
Dude acts like your homie with no game at the bar. Bro's game is gonna land him in jail.
I'd put him out of his misery. Sodding right, I'm right. Now do it quick so we can get back to business.
So if Zebran is in the party as well, he makes a more persuasive argument on why you should kill Ruck here, equating it to mercy, killing someone who is dying of poisoning. Ogren here just uses the debate of Dwarven law, which is fair, but lacks empathy for his situation.
I'm surprised Bro even tried to fight. I would have expected him to just run away instead.
Anyways, let's take care of this demon, since that's my job now.
Well, before you do that, go ahead and pick up that book first. It's probably the most relevant codex in the entire Deep Roads for the main story going on. That journal details Caridin's process of creating the anvil and how he creates golems, which reveals that in order to create a golem, he has to encase a man into a steel or stone suit and pour molten lyrium through the entire suit, including the eye sockets. It also portrays Caridin as enjoying the process and carrying it out with a sense of pride, which is counteractive to how we meet him later.
That sort of dampens the big reveal as to how golems are made, since I feel like the writers intended players to learn that from Caridin himself. But instead, there's a journal 2 dungeons earlier that reveals how golems are made. Sounds like a miscommunication.
They're just rewarding you nerds who read instead of playing the damn video game. Now watch me make a pride demon my bitch like I'm the Inquisitor or something.
I'm surprised you didn't take the deal, Donald, knowing your grind set.
Why would I take the deal of a demon? What do I look like, a damn mage?
Well, that's Admiral rejecting 25 gold like that.
Wait, how much gold?
Yeah, the demon gives you 25 gold if you bargain with him. And almost no downside besides just letting a demon into the world. fighting him, he just drops a random normal piece of heavy armor.
God damn it, I wish I knew that. Money isn't everything. Sometimes you gotta kill for the love of being a demon slayer.
Bro fumbled the bag hard.
I can't wait to say that in November, Sleepy.
Well, it's still worth it to kill the demon Donald. It's one of only 2 pride demons in Origins, that we can fight the other being Uldred. And just like Uldred, he has a lot of unique spells and anti-mage abilities.
It might be unique, but it's still bitch-made. I bent this thing over in record time. First boss down, only 2 more to go until I catch up with you.
Damn, that loot drop for a boss was pathetic. They could have at least given us a few gold.
Time to follow these spider boys to their lair. How nice of them to give us a guide to follow.
Donald, you have no survival instinct for just blindly following these guys.
Joe, I am not going to listen to you about survival instinct. You can't even win the 1v1 against going downstairs.
I would be careful with these next few fights, Donald. They are not the most daunting of fights that you'll have to deal with today, but they can be overwhelming if you're not careful. Just make sure to not overextend your party and pick up too much aggro. You're going to want to hold them in place and take them one at a time.
I just killed a pride demon, Barak, and you're over here warning me about some damn spiders. Please give me a little more credit here.
Well, either way, your gameplay is getting more diversified. I'm proud of you.
Coming from you, that means nothing.
I'm just saying, whenever an enemy starts flanking and doing that much damage, it should be cause for some concern.
Yeah, even I have to agree. Barry, we should give Donald more credit. Sure, he's taking damage, but he has this well in hand. Wait, Liliana, no!
Now, Joe, look, she's back up. It's all good. No reason to break out the belt.
I'd love to see him try.
The spirit of vengeance will strike an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The nuggets will run dry by the time this curse is said.
Joe, did you say something?
Don't worry about it, Donald. Just keep your eyes on the screen.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I'm keeping my eyes on the screen, but not because a shambling corpse told me to. Now watch me make this mage my bitch.
This fight can sometimes branch out by the mage retreating further into the cave and pulling more spiders to him. But if you lock him down and block his pathing, that doesn't happen. You have to be quick about it, though.
Well, that was easy money. On to the next. I have a good feeling.
That's my line, Joe, but your positive statement with no ill intention is right. I can smell another mage rat in the distance. Time to cook more.
This is the more serious fight, and if the mage retreated, we could have gotten easily surrounded. But since we have dealt with half the problem, this shouldn't be that bad.
Robot mode as usual, Obama. I'm gonna have Morrigan clear him with the 1v1, no problem.
Eyes on the screen, sick, counterattack in 5.
Joe?
Wait, oh God. Crush in prison. What kind of men Max build does this dude have? Oh shit.
That's the power of my stand. It's Joe Ever. A simple eye for an eye. A waifu for a waifu. Next time, don't let Liana die. Got it.
Joe, since when the hell do you have a stand? I thought that was an April Fool's prank. Did that shit really happen too? Can Joe control the goddamn AI when he's not playing?
The lore is building, boys. This is immaculate.
Well, no matter what kind of power-up your old ass has, I don't negotiate with terrorists or old men. So I will consider us even this time, but don't think you can start making demands out of the future president.
Well, anime power-ups aside, y'all can trust that Obama got you with skill and game knowledge. I'm all natural, baby, and I don't need a stand to give you all the hottest game facts and lore.
Nerd.
Damn it, really be your own people. Well, you are really cutting these fights close, Donald, which I'm not sure is a sign of your skill issue, or it's a sign that we are at a pretty good game balance currently.
I don't have a skill issue. I redeemed myself my last episode, and I am still cooking to this day. I will absolutely not die to spiders, even if they down a teammate from some cheap spell.
Okay, big dog, just checking. Well, Donald, we still have quite a bit of fighting to go, and this seems as good a time as any. Do you have a comment question prepped for us?
You bet I do. My comment question library is almost as expansive as my foreign bank accounts. But enough about my money, since we have this underwhelming spider boss fight ahead that does the bullshit tactic of just spawning in and out of the fight. It obviously had me thinking about much better boss fights in this game. So viewers, comment question of the day. What is your favorite boss fight in Origins? I'm gonna stick to Origins and its specific DLCs. Since I feel like we have been pretty broad with our comment questions, without remembering we have the other game and like 100 more episodes to get through, My favorite boss fight is the Queen of the Black Marsh in Awakening. It's everything about the High Dragon fight in the base game, but upgraded. The AI is better, and she has stronger abilities and a new mechanic with the Wisp healing. It's a top-tier reward for exploring the map and gathering all the bones, as well as being a challenging fight without pushing to the bullshit level. And honestly is just the best challenge for the nightmare experience, in Origins even more so than Flemeth and other top-tier fights.
Good points, Donald. That's a tough choice to beat, but I have another memorable fight in mind. I would give it to Cawthorine, specifically the Estate in Denerim fight, where she has the entire army behind her. It's a supposed-to-lose style fight, but a creative player with some strategy or just a broken build can really shine and clap her up. Even if you do lose, you are not punished for it. You get to do a prison break with either two companions rescuing you, which is absolutely a fan favorite move, or you can break out yourself, which isn't nearly as entertaining, but it is still fun and never feels like a punishment for losing. Plus, Catherine's stats are really insane, as we mentioned before.
Good points, gentlemen. My favorite boss is the Tower of Ishal Ogre fight.
God damn you, Joe, you had to re-traumatize me. Is that seriously your favorite boss in this whole damn game?
No, I just wanted to trigger you and get one last lick in Baby Girl. My favorite boss is the High Dragon from the Frostback Mountain. That fight always felt like the secret final boss of Dragon Age, and it's so iconic they stuck it on the cinematic trailer, as well as that fight eventually panning into killing every flavor of High Dragon and Inquisition, the damage the Dragon deals is tough but fair, like what Donald said, in killing him, and seeing the absolute large horde the High Dragon had on him is so satisfying my jaw literally dropped when I looted him the first time. Also, that dragon is the dragon responsible for the title of our game, as spotting him in Orlais is what caused the current age to be named the Dragon Age.
Okay, that's a lot better. I'll give you that one, Joe. The High Dragon definitely beats the Queen of the Black Marsh in terms of loot. All right, viewers, let us know your favorite boss in Origins in the comments below. Our editor will respond to every comment like normal. Now, Joe, go ahead and show our featured comment from last episode.
Our featured comment comes from Durization, who says their favorite dungeon is from the Descent DLC and the Dead Trenches, which is the map we are about to enter shortly. They also mention how much of a slog a lot of players view the deep roads, but recognizes that it is also part of the appeal of the dungeon. Captain Hammer also commented they love the Dead Trenches as well. He is our editor's high school friend, but we are still thankful for his comment as well as all your comments. Can't wait to see your takes this episode.
Well, good shit clapping up the Spider. Donald, first dungeon down, one more to go.
Yeah, this loot was not worth all that hassle, but now I'm tied with you and boss kills Barak. Anyways, let's keep following the trail of this manic dwarf.
It's really convenient that Branka left her journal, as well as the journal still being readable despite being captured by spiders.
Wait, why did the spiders even take the book from the camp? I mean, did they use it for their nest? What is happening here?
What are you, a damn film critic? Calm down, Barak. I'm sure some arachnid expert could let us know in the comments below.
I have a feeling the reason is just the spiders had some goblin syndrome and just randomly grabbing big or shiny things, or the developers just wanted another boss fight.
Iconic scene ahead, boys. It's time to meet the big bad.
The dark shall consume this land. The masses are distracted with use of AI and petty political debates. It is time for those to linger in the dark to stand up. First we consume the free lands, then the world shall bow to our socialist might.
Joe, what in the absolute fuck are you saying right now?
What? Did he say some foul simp shit for Liliana again?
Donald, please just listen to him for 5 seconds. This shit isn't normal.
Now we will march. Now we will conquer. There are lands beyond the humans of Thetis, and all realms will bow to Themi. We will take over their Congress while they are divided. Now we march and conquer.
Joe, are you like hardcore role-playing or something? What the hell was that?
Oh, thank God you finally noticed. Joe, what the hell is going on? This shit isn't normal. You've been doing this since episode 2, and I want a damn answer.
I think I had a stroke. Sure, it's like a seizure. And a stroke mixed into one. It's really scary.
Joe, you are one of the unhealthiest men in America, but even I don't believe you had either of those, let alone 5 or 6, and only while we play this game. So for real, what the hell is going on?
Hey, look, it's The Legion of the Dead, what kind of lore you want to lay on us, Barry?
Oh, hell no, you're not triggering my fixation to get out of this. Donald, just keep fighting until we are done. Now, Joe, before I backhand you so hard you become my vice president, again, tell me what's going on.
Damn, even I'm invested in this lore drop now, and it's about Sleepy Joe of all people.
All right, fine. So ever since we started this series and we decided the pick order, I realized I would be fighting the ogre in the tower on Nightmare of all things. I have never done a whole playthrough of this game on Nightmare, so I realized I would need an edge if I was going to survive this. So I did lie about the military meeting. I never met with any generals for the ogre fight.
Oh, thank God, I was worried you were going to get impeached by that misuse of power.
There was no meeting because I hit up the boys in Area 51 to make a hyper-realistic VR version of Dragon Age Origins. It cost a few million, but they perfected it.
Joe, goddammit.
Damn, I wish I could record this.
When I say realistic, I mean it. I had a VR suit that attached to my body while I gamed. If my warden was hit, I was hit in real life. I needed to understand the enemies in order to play like I did, and I succeeded. However, when I underwent the joining sequence in the VR game, something changed. The boys must have cooked up a synthetic joining serum to simulate what the Grey Warden joining did to me. Ever since they gave it to me, I can hear the actual Archdemon whenever he is on screen. He's getting louder and more aware every time, too. I think that serum they gave me had me link with the Archdemon in the game, and his AI is becoming more and more aware whenever he sees me.
What kind of Black Mirror bullshit did I walk into? I just wanted to play the video game with my friends.
Hey, Joe, my good friend, do you still have that VR copy in Area 51? Maybe we could take it for a spin after this?
Donald, did you not just hear about the joining serum shit? Do we really want the Archdemon becoming more aware of the world around it?
I did hear it, but it's called taking risks. No risk, no reward is all I'm saying.
God damn it. So, Joe, what you're telling me is we need to actually finish this game and kill this thing before it becomes more and more aware and causes some Dragon Skynet bullshit?
That sounds accurate. Yes, I think if we kill it in game, it should stop haunting my dreams.
And you're sure all this really happened?
Did what really happen?
Joe, goddammit.
I'm just kidding. Yes, this is real life, and yes, I am in mortal danger.
All right, then, sounds like we actually have some stakes to this whole situation. But just because things are more dire doesn't mean we can't still have some time for some Obama observations. Joe, you're not in serious peril. So let's get back to the game, shall we?
Joe, I could care less about all that, but please let me play the VR sometime.
I mean, if you don't mind the whispers and night terrors after, sure thing, buddy, I can hook you up.
Y'all are incredulous. Also looks like Ogren is our first level 14 boys. Go ahead and put that Reaver spec on him.
Yeah, I know how to build Barak. It's crazy Ogren is a higher level than us, but I guess that is just how leveling in Origins works. New companions are always one level higher when they are recruited.
True, I don't even know how the XP is distributed to companions who aren't in the party versus ones that are. Too much math, not enough time. Anyways, Donald, go ahead and hit up Cardle while Barry finally drops some hot lore on the Legion of the Dead.
So the Legion of the Dead is another cool faction, very similar to the Grey Wardens, ironically enough. It's one of the few practices of the dwarves that addresses their steep decline and threat of the darkspawn at the gates. Since dwarves don't really practice long-term incarceration, as we saw in our origin, when a criminal has done a serious crime, they have the option of execution, exile, or joining the Legion of the Dead, with the Legion being the most honorable choice. For the crime of killing Triangorm mentioned, we should have been given the chance to join the Legion, but Bellin stomped that out. The Legion hold funerals for new recruits, and their crimes are considered forgiven posthumously as they died an honorable death in service of the ancestors. They then more or less live in the deep roads, only occasionally returning to receive special orders or resupply. This fortress up ahead is called Baunamar and was built by Caradon as a headquarters for the Legion of the Dead. And as such, we can find 4 pieces of the Legion armor these guys are wearing, which we are going to equip on our Warden, since we all agree it is the most thematically appropriate armor for a Dwarven Warden to wear.
Yeah, don't worry, viewers will show you how to get all 4 pieces. But fun fact about Cardal, here is a pretty high-ranking member of the Legion, and he is even mentioned in Inquisition during the Descent DLC.
This dude continues the trend of Dwarven noble supremacy. He actually has dialogue unique to the Dwarven noble, saying that if we had stayed as an exile, we may have found a place in the Legion of the Dead.
Yeah, that pivoted out of left field immediately, but he basically confirmed what I just said, so thanks for that, big dog.
You know, speaking of Descent, the Legion of the Dead really downgraded their armor in Inquisition. This Origin armor design is just literal peak.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know why they changed it, but Origin's unique armors clear anything that Inquisition or 2 brings to the table. The only thing that comes close is really the champion armor.
All right, the lore has been gathered both on Sleepy and the Legion. Now it's time to explore this darkspawn fortress proper, boys. Let's cut past the bridge and get into the real shit. Let's see how real Barak was being about our entropy skill stocks. This clumped up darkspawn orgy is the perfect opportunity to test it out.
Why did you say it like that?
Damn a blizzard and a waking nightmare that is some big bad damage on these little guys. Magic is just so damn powerful, the later games don't really compete with what we see on screen.
That's because the later games have this little thing called class balancing Joe. I almost feel dirty winning like this, but because it's Morrigan, I can't lie, I'm a little turned on right now.
Oh, for the love of God, you two are beyond degenerate status right now. That aside, good plays there, Donald. You even broke the shrieks out of stealth with the waking nightmare. You gotta love it.
Even Cardall was a little turned on by that fight. He came to congratulate us and help us finish.
Not just to congratulate us, he is still too ingrained in the politics of Orzammar to actually help us fight.
That is not what I meant by helping us finish Barry. I more so meant he can help us with the Rocking Wood. Me and Donald are pitching right now.
Holy fuck, editor, please get me out of here.
Damn, this episode is just sus as hell today, huh, boys? I almost thought we were in a Discord call with the way we're going on it.
Yeah, we are almost at Obama's level at this point.
How the hell are you two clowning me right now after the hundreds of receipts I have on the both of you today alone? You two just need to book a room already.
I said it before and I'll say it again, just wait for Tegan Barak. Anyways, viewers, this is where the first armor piece is located. They are all in sarcophaguses spread around this map, most of which are on the main path, but the first one is actually in this easy-to-miss side room.
Yeah, the fact they are in the sarcophagus should be sort of obvious since it's Legion armor. Good environmental design, thereby BioWare.
So if I remember right, if we help out Orzammar enough, there's a ending that lets Belnamar be reclaimed by Orzammar's military, which opens up a crazy new expansion of the Dwarven people, right?
You are correct, Joe. That's actually a point towards Bellin. As if we are a dwarf and ask the Ferelden ruler to aid Orzammar at the end of the game, Bellin will welcome the Ferelden military alliance and push the Darkspawn line past Belnamar, where noble houses begin reclaiming lost artifacts after the incredible victory. We don't see any future game impacts of this, but this development is an incredible blow against the Dwarven decline. This segues nice into another reminder that the king vote is still ongoing, and this is your last episode to make your case for your king choice, since we will make the final decision next episode.
Babe, wake up, it's time for your weekly voting notice.
Damn, I wish I kept my mouth shut on that one. I didn't mean to give Bellin any ammunition.
Coward, I am more than willing to get all the facts out, but of course Sleepy Joe can't handle any narrative but his own.
Well, hold on. How does Harrowmont fare with the Dwarven aid from Ferelden?
Not nearly as well, to be honest. Harrowmont refuses to allow human soldiers inside the city walls to offer military support, and instead only accepts the supplies given by the soldiers. It's unclear how much this helps, but likely just helps the declining population stay alive. It doesn't help them flourish the same way pushing the Darkspawn line does.
Damn, that's kind of bullshit that's so vague. Maybe the aid does still help to some degree.
Nah, that's pure cope, and you know it, Joe. Harrowmont has no grind of his own. Even when the human kingdoms give them a free tag in for the assist, he still can't figure out what to do with it.
Oh, sure thing, you know all about cope, don't you, Donald? That's why my vision from episodes ago is about to come to pass.
Oh, not this shit again. Barak, translate what he's saying.
I didn't say nothing, just focus on the game.
Maybe you're hearing voices. Donald, are you sure you didn't take the VR joining with Joe? That's the first sign you know.
All right, I'm not about to let two Democrats gaslight, gatekeep girl boss me, and I'm certainly not buying into these Biden curses or visions, so peep this gameplay right here.
Don't forget to grab the boots of the Legion in this room before you head out.
Holy shit, I am not getting backseated by Joe Biden of all people. Keep it to yourself. I know what to grab here.
I don't believe in curses, Donald, but I do think I need to warn you about something in this encounter because we did Topsider's honor. There is actually
Barack, I don't need your nerdy ass backseating me. I got this. I'm gonna have Morrigan 1v1 the mage here. Peep this damage. Oh, god damn these spiders.
Damn, the threat management is already going to be a problem. This fight, I can tell, That one spell drew everyone's attention on her, and now the spiders are going to spam web after web.
All I need is to land one control spell, and my girl is in this. Come on, Morrigan, you got this mind blast, these dicks?
Like I said, the spiders have a lot of CC. You got to be more careful than this, Donald, with positioning and threat management.
I think you need to be more careful licking my nuts. It's time to avenge my waifu. Eat this shit, you goddamn spawn.
More like you're eating up all our potions this fight, Donald. I'm glad you brought cope instead of actual support magic.
If you think I was going to bring win over Morrigan, you're off your damn meds. This damn useless bard is made out of tissue paper, and these spiders keep spamming this overwhelm bullshit.
This fight is more intense than I remember it. This dungeon is really living up to its infamy right now. Pause the game more, Donald. I'm sure that's what the viewers want to see.
Eat a dick. I just need a minute.
Sure, take all the time you need, Lil D. God, this is getting sad at this point. Watch this curse of mortality on Liliana in 5.
What the hell? Who gave you the damn script, Joe? And goddamn, almost all our damage is dead. It's time for the men to come in clutch here and carry us.
Yeah, if Ogren can stand up for 5 seconds without overwhelm being used. Also, Joe, shouldn't you be more concerned about losing Liliana? Here, normally, you're more broken up about it.
I've had a few weeks to come to terms with this. I told you both I had a vision, and it's still cooking.
Well, your visions and our resources can both eat a dick, because I am absolutely not getting a 4th goddamn death. Once I kill this mage, shit will be under control. The spiders don't do enough damage to our heavily armored dwarves to matter, and they already blew their curse of mortality load, so we are flying high.
You're goddamn right, you're about to fly high.
Donald, I don't think Ogren got your message about not getting clapped up because he is getting torn apart out there. Also, Jesus, rest in peace to our potion usage. We are going to be broke come the end of the deep roads.
Holy jump scare. Why the hell did a boss just randomly appear, Obama? Did you put in a damn randomizer in this game when I wasn't looking?
I literally was trying to warn your ass about the boss in here because we collected both pieces of Topsider's honor. The last piece is held by an ancient darkspawn with boss health that only spawns when you collect the first 2 pieces. If you paid attention to positioning, this could have been avoided.
Are you gunning out or admitting you're clapped up? Which is it? Because now Ogren's down and it's a 1v4.
What's the moves here, Donald?
Shut it, both of you. It was just another gamer vision. I can see the win condition here. Even if our warden has to solo this, if I kill the rest of these spiders, I know I can win the one-on-one.
Goddamn, I haven't seen a fight this close since the damn mage hideout. If you're going to use this many damn resources, Donald, you might as well just pop a rock salve while you're at it.
Yeah, at this point, just throw the kitchen sink at him. It won't make a difference.
If I sense I need the salves, I'll use one, but for now, it's just going to be a duel to the death. This is some cinematic gameplay right here.
Yeah, Donald, I guess edging death could be seen as cinematic if you really want to look at it that way.
Come on, choke you bitch.
You're acting kind of cringe right now, Joe. I know you predicted right, but you don't have to be an ass.
It's not cringe when you're right about game mechanics, Barry.
You can keep that edging shit to yourselves, boys, because this boss is easy goddamn money. Boom, and a damn level up to add some icing on the cake. I have earned my Templar specialization, and now there's a new president leading in bosses killed.
Well, I'm glad we can finally end the debate. We started in Lothering like, 10 hours ago at this point? Also, we have almost maxed out our shield talents now. We just need our specializations maxed out, and we are full build.
Goddamn, there's still more bosses in this dungeon? Jesus, you are going to be at a massive advantage going forward, Donald.
Yeah, what was that shit you said last episode? 5 bosses is easy moves for you? Well, right back at you, bitch.
I still can't believe this lucky asshole beat my prediction. You are the luckiest dude to ever grace Dragon Age, Donald.
It's all skill, baby.
Well, you're welcome for the setup since me and Joe gave you at least 2 of those with Asunder and the Topsider quest. We have all the pieces now, so next episode, Joe, you can go and pick up the blade before we take down the last bit of this quest.
You got it, Barry?
Okay, I can already tell this next boss is not going to need nearly as much commentary. So Obama, go ahead and dispense some announcements or some shit.
You could have been nicer about it, but whatever, I got you. So I think it's fair to let you all know the game plan after Orzammer well. If you haven't noticed, we are trying to do a DLC mission after each major story art to provide some good pacing, so once we crown a king, we are going to do Soldier's Peak next. It's looking like I will be undertaking that DLC, which works since there's tons of hidden lore to talk about anyway. Then after that, we all agree on the path ahead. It was really only the Circle Tower versus Orzammar debate that we were split on. So after Soldier's Peak, we will do Redcliffe, then Joe will have his special episode with Liliana's song.
That's such bullshit, he gets to do it first.
Oh, I'm sorry, Donald, let's just do Witch Hunt next, even though that is in lore the last goddamn thing the Warden does.
Again, twist my nips, why don't you?
Okay, anyway, after Joe's special episode, we are then going to do the Nature of the Beast, then return to Ostagar, then finally the Urn of Sacred Ashes, and then we will finish it off with the Land's Meat and the final battle in Denerim. We don't have a DLC planned for after the Urn except Golems, but I think we should do Golems around the time we do Awakening anyway, and the Urn pivots nicely into the Land's Meat, so we think that will be all right for pacing anyway.
We kind of shot ourselves in the foot. They're saying we will pace out main story missions with DLC when there are way more main story missions than the DLC can keep pace with. I guess we did pretty good, all things considered. And after the Urn, I'm sure our viewers will be pumped for the finale on the horizon.
I mean, there is technically a Tale of Orzammar, but that would have been a bit redundant given our origin, and it's only on GOG, where we are established Steam gamers.
Wait, what the hell is Tale of Orzammar?
Oh, right, good point. That is a more obscure add-on. So Tale of Orzammar was a promotional add-on made in combination of BioWare and PC Gamer magazine to advertise the mod toolset of Origins back in 2009. The story is about an hour long, and you play as a Dwarven commoner acting as a mercenary for an unknown noble house to collect an artifact from Ortan Thaig. This noble obviously turns out to be Bellin, who wanted to establish a foothold and trap in the Thaig for when we enter it, essentially making this DLC a prologue to our origin, which is already a prologue to the game. It has no voice dialogue and isn't exactly terribly interesting, but creating a whole DLC to promote the mod tool is really cool and would be unheard of now.
Damn, I mean, I can't blame us for not wanting to do that DLC if it's a glorified mod and unvoiced, but at the same time, a prologue to Bellin would have been a perfect start to our game.
It's also a rare occurrence where a mod is 100% canon that almost never happens.
Speaking of mods, we found a patched dialogue restoration mod that adds cut content and should fix some general quest glitches. So we are going to have that installed next episode, so we can showcase some cut content Ogryn has.
Yeah, it also allows us to turn in Morrigan to the Templars as the developers intended, so get ready for some fun viewers.
Joe, I will fucking rip your nuts off, roast them, and feed them to your dogs while our beautiful viewers take turns stabbing you Caesar style if those words ever leave your mouth again.
Jesus Christ, take a joke, you bitch.
Don't tell me what to do. Also, good God, there's more undead in this room than a damn congressional hearing.
Donald, you already made that joke. You can't use it twice.
Eat a dick, I do what I want, bro Obama.
All right then.
Damn poor Liliana. She is getting chased harder by these undead than a tier 3 sub on Twitch. At least after this fight, we won't have any more undead for a while.
Yeah, until every other main story mission throws them at us.
Well, viewers, the Legion chest plate is in the sarcophagus up ahead to our left, so we now have every piece, except for the helmet which we are about to get. I hope you enjoy how absolutely fire this armor looks on our little guy, because we are almost certainly never removing this set off our Warden now. Except for maybe the Juggernaut set for the Archdemon, but that may be overkill for our needs.
Nah, don't be a pussy, Obama. We can do that shit in base armor and still come out on top.
That's fair. The Archdemon is the longest fight, but it's not exactly a difficult one. And as long as you don't mess up team management, you're good.
So I know Ogryn disapproves of suggesting Branka or House is dead, but if her expedition was alive, and well, wouldn't there be more signs like an outpost in the deep roads or some kind of communication with the Assembly in the 2 years since they have been gone? We have cleared through wave after wave of darkspawn troops, and we haven't seen shit.
Well, get ready, Joe, because we are about to see the last remaining sign of them.
First day they come and catch everyone.
Holy shit, are we still playing Dragon Age or a horror game? What is this threatening ore up ahead?
That's Hespith, who is going to tell us about the gruesome way brood mothers are made and the source of where darkspawn come from. This is not only horrifying, but it gives us a real reason to fight and stop these guys now as they go from standard orcs to a real evil that will consume everything around them if left unchecked. And that is why the Deep Roads is a top-tier mission.
Holy shit, preach it, brother. Anyone who says the Deep Roads is boring just isn't playing the damn game right.
I think the Deep Roads is a bit too long, specifically the dead trenches, since a lot of these fights are longer than most because of the enemy size. But in general, the breaks in between for the story and lore drops really do help the pacing. Plus now we have more or less reached the peak of the Deep Roads now.
You spoke too soon there, Joe. Looks like I got turned around and now I have to fight 2 damn darkspawn mages, both of which probably have Curse of Mortality.
Oh no, it's a mage Donald. Your archenemy better start locking in.
Oh please, I'm a Templar now. These mages are getting bent over in record speed.
Well, looks like you got the script, Donald. The faraway placement of both these mages plus the damn spiders who you can't seem to get away from means this fight is still dire if you're not careful.
God damn it, these mages keep targeting my wife. Why must the ones we love be the first to die?
Donald, it's literally just poor positioning on your part. If you kept them behind our little guy at all times, this wouldn't happen.
It's cool we got the Clutch Queen Liliana herself to save us like she did in Hideout.
Okay, that was admittedly clutch, but our little guy is still untouchable since I've been playing him, and I intend to keep it that way. Plus, I doubt we will need to spam bombs nearly as much during the next fights.
Well, Liliana is the MVP of this team. She's dealing the damage, while our guy tanks. They are the perfect pair.
Hell no, Morrigan is our perfect pair. She does way more damage than the basic bard.
Plot twist, the best pair is Morrigan and Liliana, since they are both our damage dealers. And just like the 2 ladies, if you 2 could stop bickering with each other, you would be the unmovable anchor in this team.
Wow, you really mean that, Barry?
That's crazy. I never thought of it like that.
Of course, my guys, what do you say, boys? Think we can start anew and build up a new pillar to our team?
Lick my nuts.
Okay, fuck you both then.
Wait, hold up. What did she say?
Yeah, that line right there implies that the process of becoming a broodmother involves some degree of sexual assault. Origins story was always particularly dark, which is probably why after Origins, broodmothers are all but shadow banned by the writers. If you think about it, we never hear or see them mentioned in 2 and in Inquisition. They are only brought up in passing. The writers probably don't want to open up that can of worms since it's such a sensitive topic. Also, Donald, wait before talking to her. She has some additional lines to her chant.
All nod on again. 4th day we wait and fear for our fate. 5th day they return and it's another girl's turn. 6th day her screams we hear in our dreams. 7th day she grew as in her mouth they spew. 8th day we hated as she is violated. 9th
Jesus, this is brutal.
I remember she comments on everyone's race, always cool when that happens. But goddamn, becoming a ghoul is terrible.
So this is Hespith, and despite this never coming up in dialogue, she is Ogren's cousin. She's clearly halfway in the process of becoming a broodmother. She probably survived longer than everyone else, because she was the captain of the expedition, as well as Branka's lover.
Damn Branka cheated on Ogren with his female cousin? That's some Jerry Springer shit right there, may he rest in peace.
Kind of crazy Ogren doesn't mention that, or even really recognizes Hespith. He really only addresses the fact she's Branka's girlfriend.
Ogren will disclose more about Hespith in Awakening, so the connection wasn't really fleshed out until later, I believe. It could also be cut dialogue, which we will have a fix coming shortly.
I think I and a lot of the viewers are excited to see Ogren's story in Awakening, given some of the comments.
Yeah, Ogren's story in Awakening connects some of the pieces of his story in Orzammar before he met the Warden. It's important to note that Ogren's family joined Branka's house after she became a paragon, and most of his family sided with Branka and alienated Ogren when their marriage fell apart. So not only did a lot of Branka's family die during this Deep Roads expedition, but a lot of Ogren's family died here too.
Damn, imagine going through a divorce and not just losing your wife, but also your whole family takes your wife's side. That's some next level depression.
That's rough, definitely. So viewers like the video where your wife will cheat on you with your cousin.
Are you shitting me, Joe?
True that. Also, considering everything she's telling us, it's crazy. They even give us the dialogue option to bring up the lover in the dark. That's like the least important thing she said.
And yet that is the only thing Ogren heard here.
He's just like me for real. This lore is fascinating and all, but you're telling me my wife is banging my cousin, who is also a woman? That's all I'm hearing.
Yo, Hespith, I know you're tuned to the Archdemon song right now, but where a Grey Warden point us to the inflated darkspawn and we will put it down.
The fact that isn't a dialogue option is a crime, a rare BioWare L.
Given that chant and everything she's seen, her mind is completely broken at this point. Yet another reason that trying to awaken a broodmother who went through sexual assault, capture, and torture of darkspawn is the dumbest idea anyone's ever suggested.
Barack, you're getting a bit ahead of yourself. Awakening isn't for another 10 episodes.
You're right, but this is probably the most relevant reason as to why awakening darkspawn is a stupid idea, and awakening a broodmother will always end poorly. Even if they are intelligent now, they still can't reproduce without broodmothers. So how the hell do they resolve that without going through what Hespith just went through?
That's a good yop, Barry, but it looks like hot young ogres in our area are looking for Donald.
Is this supposed to be an exciting or a challenging fight? Because compared to like every other fight where the darkspawn are burrowed in, this is pretty underwhelming. Watch me stun lock the first one while the second one gets overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think it's just supposed to be the idea of two ogres attacking us or something. I can tell you're not impressed, since you're not even trying to get the kill animation here. A few interesting things up ahead, though. We get the center of the Legion of the Dead outpost where the Legion of the Dead helmet is located, and we also can battle an optional demon, the Genghis Shade, which represents the corrupted stone in Dwarven mythology.
It's more so just a reward for collecting all the pieces of the armor, which is still appreciated since it gives the armor more use than just good stats. The armors in Origins not only have more personality design-wise than 2 or Inquisition, but linking them to quests like this feels rewarding too.
Excellent points. You're cooking a gourmet meal, Joe.
Admittedly, tying unique armor and weapons to quests and even having special interactions with them is top tier. I mean, that's why Fallout 3 and New Vegas have some of my favorite weapons of all time, because I genuinely had to undergo a quest or tie a core memory in getting this special item. It's way more satisfying than just building the best weapon myself, like in Inquisition, or just buying the best weapon from the shop, like in Dragon Age 2.
Good points, Donald. Also, this outpost is one of the only areas with actual spirits, which is strange given that spirits are linked to the Fade, but dwarves are tied in with the stone and titans. Not the Fade this area here. Either was built intended to hold spirits, or there is a massive amount of lyrium surrounding this outpost, and that's how these spirits are so active.
That would make sense. I think we can even see some lyrium crystals built into the walls, and Carradine designed this place, and we all know he has some crazy lyrium manipulation ability since he made golems.
Damn, Coldacone did jack shit this fight. Kinda crazy for you to tell me about this boss Obama. I completely forgot about it, and at this point I'm gonna have 4 damn bosses over you.
Well, first of all, I enjoy the mythology lore and game mechanics of secret bosses, so I can't help myself. But secondly, I want a fair boss competition here. So of course I'm gonna help out within reason. Same with Joe.
No, I think you just want us to name Inquisition as the best Barack. Are you secretly on my team?
No, I'd rather chew broken glass than name Inquisition better than Origins. Donald, keep that shit to yourself.
Damn okay then, Queen, pop off.
Well, this competition is going to be neck and neck, and I'm going to do my best to defend Dragon Age 2. I think we are all in the running, and I think the viewers are invested too.
Joe, you are absolutely not in the running. Obama has a slim chance, but after today, he's gonna have to work hard to catch up.
Damn, do we still not have melee archer yet? Our Liliana damage is really going to the negatives right now.
Sounds like a skill issue to me.
Yeah, I guess that's on all of us. We didn't really build her right, and we will have to play catch up. Rogue archers are top-tier damage dealers on par with mages and dual-wielding rogues if you set them up right, but you do need to have lethality, everything in the master archer tree, scattershot and arrow of slaying for best effect.
I'm not going to give Liliana any credit for damage when she's basic at best. But a Warden Archer paired with Shalestone Aura goes crazy hard, not gonna lie. Also looks like Morrigan leveled up, so she's gonna get her second specialization. I think I'm gonna go with Blood Mage. It will really improve her damage.
Donald, what layer of irony is that?
So you have no problem just making your waifu a blood mage, despite everything we just went through in the Circle Tower with Uldred?
Morrigan would never betray me. I trust she will do only excellent things with blood magic.
Excellent things with blood magic. words that have never been used in the same sentence.
Whatever, all I'm saying is if Joe gets to bang a blood mage in Dragon Age 2, then I do too.
Oh, so you're just a petty asshole, got it.
Don't forget to interact with the sarcophagus up ahead. It's easy XP for later, for just turning in the information to the Shaperate.
Sure thing, Backseater Barack. You all ready for my final challenge of the episode? I have to bring down the biggest of girls.
And she smelled like them. They remade her in their
Viewer
image.
discretion is advised. This scene is grotesque. Think maybe we should grab a quick censor.
No problem. There, Joe, our editor can pull something together and...
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your gaming session, but I think I left my DM screen and some dice here on Monday.
Oh shit, hey George, crazy timing.
Yeah, if I could just look around Joe's desk here, I think it was somewhere around there. Say, what are you boys playing anyway, Fortnite?
No, wait, George.
Holy Mother of Texas. What kind of tentacle inflation hentai game are you boys playing?
George, hang on, you're taking this out of context.
Please keep your context the hell away from me. I am a child of God. Now look, I'm not about to kink shame you boys, but please leave me the hell out of whatever this is. You can just keep the DM screen. I'll see you on Monday. Just please have the entire White House staff disinfect everything in this office before, then go with God and touch some grass too.
Well, I'm going to have an awkward conversation with George later to clear this up.
Damn it, now one of the few Republicans I like thinks I'm a deviant into tentacles. Obama just laid down some facts about this big girl. I could use a distraction right now.
I'm surprised you need information on her, Donald. Change her shade to orange, and she's basically how you look after you eat the third Big Mac. She's so bloated she can't move either. You should be very familiar with that.
Joe, you fat phobic piece of shit. I said Obama. I don't need your negativity right now. Barack, lay it on us. Also, hold this cone of cold up your ass, bitch. That will teach you to grab the main character.
Ooh, good use of cone of cold, Donald. I see you've been watching me play and followed the strat. Good job.
Hell yeah, I just got that dog in me, Obama. Thanks for the tip, nerd.
A bit rude, but anyways, Donald, this fight can be a challenge due to a couple factors. The Broodmother is always level 18, being the first one, so doing the deep roads first can be a major roadblock. Secondly, she has really high health and resistances, and third, she has darkspawn reinforcements that come in several stages during the fight. The fight mainly comes down to managing the darkspawn adds and using magic to damage her. Morrigan is going to be the MVP of this fight, since she is vulnerable to cold damage especially.
Hell yeah, that's my girl Barack. Absolutely speak that shit. She is going to absolutely destroy this boss. Also, I don't know how people have trouble with her. She is so large, any spell will hit her, and she can't move. There is even some safe places away from her tentacle spawns too, I think.
My first playthrough, I couldn't damage her enough right away, so I ended up getting overwhelmed. Also, she ended up grabbing wind with her Ogre Grab ability, and that is where things got dicey.
Total skill issue. I'm not letting my precious Morrigan even be touched by this bitch.
Donald, if the Broodmother is weak to cold damage, throw some cold arrows on Liliana. That way we kill her twice as quickly.
First off, I don't want to equip shit in the battle as a rule. We are trying to kill this bitch as quickly as possible. Secondly, I'm not doing anything that helps make the bard shine over my beloved Morrigan, so just sit back and watch Daddy cook.
Donald, why must you be so hateful? She is our other DPS, and she can be just as effective as Morrigan. She is a valid staple on this team.
She is our lockpicker, Joe, nothing more than a money farm. Get over your horny brain and think critically.
Oh, okay, Donald, and is that why you just killed her, you disgraceful McDonald's muncher?
Did you two skip your couples counseling session this week or something? We started off so happy, and now the sexual tension or some shit is causing both of you to be at each other's throats.
Time to kill their mommy in front of them.
Oh, right, we have the last
Okay, just
unique
ignore
kill
me.
animation with the Broodmother. This one isn't as cool as the other two, but it's still nice. They added an extra animation. Rest in peace, Laren, though. She didn't deserve all that.
Yeah, she didn't deserve to become a bloated ghoul. Rest in peace. Don't worry, we are going to get you some good old-fashioned revenge soon, I imagine.
Well, looks like we might all agree on something for once, boys. Also, if our yapping wasn't obvious, Hespith is revealing that Branka allowed Laren to become a Broodmother for her own purposes. But we are going to open that can of worms next episode.
Not to sound overtly renegade here, but shouldn't we put her out of her misery here before she becomes a Broodmother? If not for the practical reason, at least the humane reason of not wanting her to suffer.
Jesus, Donald, really, she just appeared on screen and you're starting this shit?
Is not that
Well, we won't have to worry about that anyway, Donald, because the tool set reveals after this conversation she will end her life not only because she is suffering from the blight, but because she is too scared to face Branka herself.
Well, on one hand, thanks for doing our work for us, but on the other hand, press F to pay respects to Hespith.
Dragon Age Origins is Darkman. Barry, you got to have some issues for this to be your favorite game.
Is it better to have Dragon Age 2 be your favorite, where the game was designed in a month, Joe? Don't knock my opinion. Anyways, let's grab the effort chest piece off the Broodmother. We will show you guys how to get the last 2 pieces next episode.
Amp or no Big Biden will cook. As always, look forward to it, viewers. We have a lot more content left to show in Orzammar.
That was my line, but I will accept it, viewers. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your comment question on what your favorite boss fight in Origins is, as well as your final input into the King choice. We are going to tally all of your comments from episodes 8 through 11 and make the final decision next episode, so it's the last time your voice can be heard on this choice. We appreciate how many comments and rewatches we have been getting, and it makes all of this worth it that we are building a community of Dragon Age fans. Tune in next time where Joe will finish the fight in Orzammar, but for now, stay safe. Trump out.